Miss Universe.
Adam!
Hi! Hi, Lenka! Finally!
Finally! I'm really happy to be here. How are ya?
I'm doing good. I've been preparing for this interview since the other day upon getting the go signal from your national director. Just couldn't wait to finally meet you here
Oh
on
my God.
Instagram.
Oh, thank you so much for preparing for this. I have been receiving so much love from the whole world. So for me, it means a lot to be talking to you today.
Yes, likewise, ever since you won your national title, I feel like you have such a magnetic personality. I mean, the way you talk, the way you smile, the way you're very warm, you're very congenial, your personality is so infectious, and you seem to be
Thank you
generous
so
about
much.
everything in your life. So,
It's just a bit,
yes, and look,
I think the secret is just to be honest with yourself and to be your best version. You know, it was kind of hard for me because people told me girls on pageants are really competitive and sometimes they can be mean. And I was like, okay, but do I really want to be there? And then I thought, okay, if people says this, maybe it has a little bit of truth. I don't know. I haven't been there. But if I am going to be joining a pageant, I need to be the girl that everyone wants to talk with. Everyone wants to be helped for. So that's what I thought, that I needed to be the girl that girls feel comfortable around. And yes, that being honest with myself, fun and everything.
yes, you know, and I'm so amazed at how you look right now. Wow,
Oh,
you look so amazing right now. I mean, I feel like I'm seeing one look of yours for the upcoming pageant. Wow, that
oh
top
my
knot
God.
bun looks good on you. It
I have been
really
practicing.
frames
I have
you.
been practicing a lot. All of these takes like a month of lessons to get ready, and still not perfect, but I'm working on it.
So, how do you feel right now? Yeah, apart from that, how do you feel right now that it's just less than 2 weeks away? Miss Universe is just around the
Oh,
corner.
I'm really happy. I'm super excited. I was thinking and talking to the other girls, and we are all kind of sharing everything we're taking and what do we want to eat and where do we want to go. And this is going to be different because we have to be conscious about the biosecurity measurements. But I'm really happy to be there, and I already made a lot of friends because we have a chat with the other Miss Universe queens from all over the world. And we have been doing all of this dynamics and talking and asking the other. And everyone is so kind and shiny. Like, oh, this is going to be a really tough generation of queens. It is going to be really hard for the jury to pick one.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like bittersweet for you guys because I know you guys have been looking forward to it, but it will only be just 10 days. The competition will only be just
I
10 days.
know.
Yeah, and
Breaks
it
my
already
heart.
includes the departure and arrivals of all the candidates. So I want to ask you, are your luggages, suitcases ready for this universe? Have you finished packing?
We were doing part of the suitcase today. We have like a dynamic here in Bolivia. The directors are always with the girls, and we put on everything, take pictures. We do a lookbook, so we are really organized, and then we put the outfits together on the bag. So if I have, for example, a breakfast with the queens or former Miss Universe, I just have to talk to my director and say, okay, I have this activity tomorrow. What can I wear? And she's like, okay, you are going to be looking the number 22 on our lookbook. So I just have to look for it and put it on because we have already
Yes,
the
as a
picture
guy.
and the jewelry and everything. And yes, I mean, we have a lot of outfits. I haven't counted them, but we shoot all of them today. And it was really hard. We spent like 5 hours, 4 hours doing the shooting of all the clothing. But I can say that I love everything I'm taking.
Oh, yeah. So are you ready to do it all by yourself once you set foot in Florida? Because I heard you guys will be on your own when it comes doing all your makeup and styling.
Basically, yes, but that's the reason why we prepare so much when we are in our nations. It is important to be having a team for your photo shoots, and it is important to be having a makeup artist while you are doing all of these professional things, but you need to be doing things on your own. And I think that's important, not only for Miss Universe, but for life, because you have to have an image, and also because we know everything begins with the sight. You have to be looking perfectly. A girl that is actually radiant and smart and is always helping others, a humanitarian, is always looking 10 points. So I do believe this is an ability and a skill that I'll be having for my life, getting ready for everything and really fast.
You know, with the way you talk right now, I'm also excited to look forward on what you will wear for the evening gown during the preliminary or finals competition.
I think I'll be having two different dresses though. I'm not sure if I'll be wearing the same one on the preliminary and the finals, but I think it's going to be two different dresses, and both of them are going to be my favorite colors.
Oh my God. What's your favorite color then?
Oh, come on. One, I think blue. I love
Blue. Okay.
blue and red. That
Oh,
healing,
primary
chocolate,
colors.
sexy red. That red.
Oh my God. So I imagine it will be plunging. There's gonna be some high slit, um, probably halter. No, anyway. Yeah.
Lots of
Well, I'll just look.
shine.
I'll just find it. We'll just find it out for ourselves for the
Yes,
preliminary
yes, yes,
competition.
yes, yes.
Yeah, but before we proceed, can we greet your biggest fans here in the Philippines? They're called the Tres Marias. Their names are Luisa Berciel, John Neil, Neil Bryan, and John Carlo. Can you greet them up for a moment before we proceed?
Sorry, I just heard the first one, Louisa, because it got cutted because of the internet.
Yeah, Luisa, Luisa, Neil Bryan. Neil Bryan is the second person, and John Carlo.
Okay. Hi, Luisa. Hi, Neil. Hi, John. How are ya? I'm here, Miss Bolivia, and I really want to give you all my love because if you are true fans, I know you'll be watching and voting not only for me, but giving love to all of the queens because we deserve it. You know, we are working here for our nations, for our whole nation's dream. The crown is a dream for our people, not only for us. For us, it's a platform, of course, but we are here trying to reach out this wonderful, amazingly huge, universal crown. So thank you so much. All my love for you from Bolivia.
You know what? As early as now, I can see that you're gonna be slaying your closed door preliminary interview with
Oh
the way you
God.
radiate and enunciate your words. Even if I know English is not your first language, you have you have this characteristic to make us all happy and smiling in one room. Just with how you talk, you know, there's this nurture and celebrate
Autumn,
that quality. Yeah.
you're gonna make me cry or you're gonna make me blush. One of both. But come on, let's talk.
Yes, you have this
Let's.
some you know, there's this something in you that I can't explain. Probably the charm, the aura. So I assume if I'm going to be a closed door a judge in the closed door interview, and then I imagine you already walking in the room and finally facing the judges. I feel like I'll be the first person to look up and say, "Oh, okay, she's smiling. She has that glow." You really have that glow. You seem to have that magnetic personality. Yeah. So and it's even radiating on me. I mean, you're emitting something on me, even if we're just talking here
It is
on the
positive
phone or
vibe,
on the screen.
universal
Yeah,
love.
you have this. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably your no, not your styling, but probably your styling is helping. But you're just always smiling, and you
Oh,
reflect such a disposition in life. So keep that. Okay. So speaking of that, so which at this point in time, which aspect of the competition are you still focusing on before you leave for the competition very very soon?
at the beginning, I was focusing more on my speaking skills because I tend to be, you see me always smiley, and my energy tends to just burst. So I needed to control my energy in order to be always okay, because I had these peaks in which I feel super excited and then I was kind of serious and then super excited again. So I needed to control this because I needed to get into my balance. And I meditate a lot and I read a lot and I talked a lot, and my director helped me a lot because she has been working with the Miss Universe Bolivia pageant since, I think I can say, since she was born, because her mother got the franchise before she was even born. So she has been living this experience over and over and over every single year, and she helped me so much with focusing and getting concentrated on this. And then I began with my physical prep. That was always a priority for me, to be always healthy and strong, not skinny. I don't really like that. That's not really my goal, to be skinny or having this small waist. Now I like being strong. I like being able to box, to kick some boxing there. I love it. That's kind of my mood. That's actually my favorite sport right now, the one I do, boxing. And then I focused a lot on my passerelle and my catwalk. It was the hardest part because I'm not really a delicate or high heels wearing girl. So it was hard. But I've seen the process. I've seen the videos because we recorded everything. And I've seen the evolution. And I feel so happy with myself because I'll keep working. I'll keep having my pastorela lessons all of this week, and I'll keep practicing during Miss Universe pageant. But I'm happy with me because I made an effort and I've seen everything is getting better. And that's cool.
Yeah, listening to you right now, does it help that you have a very hands-on national director prepping you up for the pageant? Or does it also help that she's also a fellow woman like you,
Oh yeah, it might be, it might
Miss
be.
Gloria?
But yes, I have an amazing, wonderful, incredible women as a director. And I mean, they work together. It's mother and daughters working together, the three of them. And they're always on me, getting the best they can for me.
Wow, that's nice to hear. But apart from that, you know what? What gets me to you right now is your name. You have such an interesting name, Lenka. It's my first time to hear a girl named Lenka. So can you tell us the background behind your name, because it is such an interesting name.
When I was
Is it a
little,
Latin name?
when I was little, I didn't actually quite like my name. I don't know why. But then when I grew up, my mother explained it to me, the meaning of the name, because my mother and I are named the same. My mom's name is Lenka, and that's why they named me Lenka. So she explained to me that my name actually means Elena, and Elena is the Spanish name from, the Trojans War, the women that caused the Trojan War. And she was like, your name
Oh,
is
yes, yes.
powerful. You can cause a revolution if you have it in your heart. So that's why I also consider myself creative but revolutionary. You're
Ooh,
really
and you seem to be
crazy.
living up. You seem to be living up to your name, because you have been, you know, creating havoc on all of us pageant fans right now in terms of including your name in
And
your
I
name.
hope
So
to be
yeah,
putting everything upside down, upside down.
yes. So I'm curious to ask. So have you lived your whole life in Bolivia, or can you tell us more about your background?
Okay, well, I was born in Bolivia, born and raised. First, I lived in La Paz city, that is my native city. I lived there with my dad, and then I moved with my mom to Santa Cruz City, the city I'm living in. That is actually the tropical side of Bolivia, and I was living on the Andean side of Bolivia, that is La Paz. So we are really diverse, but I like explaining that this way because the Andean side of Bolivia and the tropical side of Bolivia are really different. People is different. In the Andean side, everyone is kind of serious and they are really formal. But on the tropical side of Bolivia, everyone is kind of happy and they like dancing and moving. Everything is kind of funnier and relaxer here. That's why I love Santa Cruz City. But I'm also really serious and formal, and that's because I'm from La Paz. But I lived
From
in
what? Sorry,
Argentina.
from?
I'm from La Paz
Oh,
City.
okay.
And but I lived in Argentina for a little over a year when I was studying professional acting and fashion production. And I love traveling. I traveled for a little over 2 months. I backpacked on Brazil for a little over 2 months. I traveled to Lima too. I wanted to see
Ooh.
Peru. I have been in Uruguay, I have been in Paraguay, and also Chile. So I really hope to be able to meet all of Latin America. I love backpacking, traveling with this simpler style.
So you are a
But
very
yeah,
outdoorsy person. Oh, you love nature, you love the outdoors. So, one thing I also, I've been watching a lot of your recent interviews, and apart from your love for the outdoors, you are also multilingual. You speak different languages. Wow, can you share
yes.
us what languages are those?
Okay, first of all, I speak Spanish. Of course, it's my native language. Then English, as you can see. I speak French. I learned French. I have been studying French, and I hope to be able to move to Paris someday to perfection at my French. And I have been talking that
Oh,
to meet friends. I have been talking with Amandine about this. She's really nice about it. And I also am learning Chinese. I have been on my first lesson the past weeks, and the only thing that I have now to say is ni hao because Chinese is really complicated language, but I know I'll be able to learn it. And my designer has been giving me some lessons in Aymara. That is an indigenous language. Aymara is an indigenous language from Bolivia, and also Guarani. And because I was in Brazil, I learned to speak a little bit of Portuguese, so I can communicate in Portuguese. But it is kind of, for me, it's easier to write
rusty.
in Portuguese than speak in Portuguese. But I love
Oh my
it.
God. So can I just count? I think you just mentioned more than five languages.
Something like
English,
five, five,
Spanish,
and like
French, Mandarin, Portuguese, and then you said something else, the indigenous.
Aymara and Guarani.
Yeah, wow, you really took your course seriously to heart. Wow.
I love languages. I love languages since I was little. So I really hope to be able to be actually learning maybe German in the future.
So I assume after Miss Universe you might be probably taking the path of being a diplomat or an ambassador of your country because of all these languages, or embark on a career on foreign service because of
And
all the
actually,
languages that
foreign affairs,
you know.
international affairs, foreign affairs is my bachelor's degree. And I poured
Oh,
myself academically to be able to someday be at UN maybe or I don't know, some international ONG and NGO, I think it is in English, to be in representing my nation, to be representing the interest of my people, or maybe some assembly trying to help indigenous people in Bolivia. I know it is a really hard situation for them, you know, it's kind of hard, but that's something I have in my heart: nature, sustainability, and always to be helping these specific sectors on the population that have been marginalized for so long historically. So basically that.
Wow, 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 wow. I feel like I feel so inferior right now talking to you. You
Thank you
really
so
have
much.
amazing
You're really
credentials.
nice,
But
Adam.
yeah, yeah, I'm really impressed. You know, I'm really impressed by what you have been telling me so far. Like, wow, blown away is such an understatement. So, speaking of languages, I know, of course, Spanish is your first language. So, what is one word in Spanish that you really like and why?
It's not a specific word, but it's something we do in Bolivia. We add to the words ita or ito when
Say
we
that.
want to
Say that again. Sorry.
ask something with love, or when we love someone very much, we add to the word ito or ita. For
Ito or
example,
ita.
for example, if I want to say my dear love to my boyfriend, mi amorcito o mi amorcita. For
Ah.
my friends, for my best friends, the ones that are basically my sisters, her name, my best friend, her name is Andrea, and I'm always like Andreita, Andreita, my life,
Ah.
Andreita. Always Ita or Ito when you want to ask something with a lot of love. When you want to do something as nice as you can, you add ita or ito to the Spanish word, and that's something I love.
Ah. So that's why, because, here in the Philippines, we've also been colonized by the Spaniards. So that's why, and, we love we also love telenovelas. Yeah, Mexican telenovelas. So that's why I hear these words like mamacita, papacito, papito,
Something like
mamita.
that, ita or
Oh,
ito,
that's,
yes.
oh, oh, I see. Now, wow, I learned something from you. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for teaching me that. And also,
They're
since you also
the
talked about
grammatical
Mandarin.
name here, diminutive. That's it. That's it. That's the diminutive. Yes, Lenkita. My name is Lenka, but my mom calls me Lenkita, and my sisters too. Ida.
Okay. And it could also mean something like little Lenka,
Something
Lenkita.
like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe, for example, Adamcito. Oh,
Adams.
Adamcito.
Ah.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So all these can be applied to all names. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, you know what? You also mentioned about Mandarin. So this is where we'll try to be a little bit more serious. So speaking of Mandarin, I know you. What's your what's your thought on the prevailing Asian hate happening right now? Because as we all know, it's really a hot topic because of all of what's happening here in the world. So, what are your thoughts about it?
You know, I love that you are asking me this because, as many queens have said this year, it is important to bring difficult issues to this Miss Universe palestra so we are able to talk about it. And yes, sometimes we are afraid to talk about it because we don't know what is politically correct in these cases. But I think it is important to share opinions. And to be honest, hate is never going to prevail. And love is always the answer. But in order to eradicate this, that I think is just senseless, we need to be able and open to educate our people with the truth. We need to be openly educated in history, because if we understand our past, we are going to be able to move forward, even if the past was painful. So yes, I think that love is always going to prevail, but in order to be looking to a brighter future, we need to be openly, heart openly, and mind openly to educate with the truth.
Yes, and yes, to foster more cultural understanding, right,
Yes.
with one another, despite despite coming from different backgrounds and beliefs. Yes, because I really find refreshing that for a Latina, for someone like you who's a Latina, oh, it's so refreshing to see um, someone learning Mandarin, considering that you've already learned a lot of languages as well. So probably wow. So
For me,
that's
it's
why it
important.
piqued my curiosity to ask you about Asian hate, because I feel like that question might be asked in Miss Universe.
I
Yes.
know, I know, and you see, I think it is important. You know, for some time we have been closed in our bubbles. Like Latin America is a bubble, like North America is a bubble, Europe is a bubble. And with the pandemic, we understand we are more connected than we thought. So yes, understanding, but not only empathy and tolerance. You need to be educating people on cultural issues, and always open to all of the cultural and pluricultural reasons, and people, and traditions that can come to us. Our world is deeply connected, and we cannot avoid that anymore. So we need to be open mind for everything that's coming.
Open-minded. Yes. Yes.
keep that's going to keep us working through the future.
Yeah, we really have to adopt that global mindset already, because it's
Yes.
already 2020. Yes, right.
Love that.
So
I love that people says it's already 2020. Come on. Come on, people. There's internet.
yes,
You can
yes.
educate yourself too.
So I also see on your Instagram account that you also love kids, and with the in the profile that you just showed on the Miss Universe YouTube channel. So I'm curious to ask, what is one lesson you love teaching kids, no doubt. So I want to ask you, I want to turn the tables around. What is one lesson you wish you were taught at such a young age?
I think I would have loved to be thought, maybe to be a little bit more understanding. I come from an Arabic family. My father's family
Ooh,
is from Lebanon, and he was raised really, really strict. So I would
strict.
love to have been raised a little bit more open to many things. Of course, time passed, and I read and I educate myself, and my father was actually the biggest reason why I kept on studying and working with people. He is the reason why. But I would have loved this. And from kids, I adore kids. They are crazy. And that's what I love the most about them, because I'm kind of crazy too. So maybe the
Yeah.
biggest lesson that I've learned from kids is not to hold grudges. Sometimes when we grow up, we kind of stay with that thing, that awkward feeling, like we have a bad day, and we kept on like dragging that through the whole day. But kids never hold a grudge. Kids never remember. You can be upset 1 second and then happy the other. And that's what I learned with my kids, with my students. They never hold a grudge, and you should never hold a grudge. You should always be living for and by love.
Yes, yes. Don't you think that we should sometimes go back to our childlike faith in handling our situations in life, where where we just try to, when something bad happens to us, let we will just let it all pass and take it like, a lesson in a day, like, and retain that pure innocence and naivety, and then probably learn from that lesson, and then vow not to do it again if ever you encounter another similar situation in life, right?
Yes, right. Oh, I
So
mean, I love the way you speak. I love the way you think. It's really refreshing too.
yeah, probably it helps that yeah, because I'm also reading a lot of books. I'm also interviewing a lot of beauty queens like you, so in a way your mindset is also ebbing on me right now as well. So you know what, as I'm also reading your bio, wow, you have a lot of advocacies. You even mentioned about gender-based violence among women as one of your advocacies. Now I want to ask you, what do you think is the biggest misconception about beauty queens in general?
I think the biggest misconception about beauty queens is that we are only pretty faces, and that's kind of the one that has been passing on edges. And that's something I used to think about beauty queens. And the one that actually changed my mind was my sister on
Oh,
2016, 2015, because I used to think pageants were just a competition between women, and it used to make me feel really uncomfortable. That's why I only worked on fashion, and I never kind of looked for to be a beauty queen. But then my sister began to be part of this world. She began to compete, and she finally got to represent Bolivia on Miss Earth 2016. And when she did it, and I've seen all of her labor and everything she achieved because of the pageant. And I was beginning as an activist. I was learning about feminism for 2006. I was learning about how all of these movements work, and that's the moment when I said, okay, I think I need to be joining this, because this is going to be a beautiful platform to be helping a lot of people. And there's the moment in which I understood that beauty pageants were not superficial. Beauty pageants were a huge palestra for women that work hard, can actually reach a lot of people and promote humanitarian causes. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. How are you? Hola, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Aprovecho para hablar en español, ya que estamos desde el live de Promociones Gloria, desde la página de Promociones Gloria. Aprovecho para contarles a todos que hoy estuvimos en un fitting. Muchísimas gracias. Me ponen por ahí hermosa. Lenka, I love you. And DC, can you say Salamat po? Salamat po. You are so beautiful. Oh, Lenka hermosa. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. These days are going to be hard working days. Van a ser días de mucho trabajo. But we'll keep the hard work. And yes, you'll be the next Miss Universe. I really hope with all my heart to be able to bring that crown to Bolivia. It would be awesome.
apart from that, you're also an activist, a feminist, and an advocate for ending world hunger. Just wow. I mean, that is such an interesting bio. What is a feminist like you doing in a pageant like Miss Universe?
You know, I believe that feminism is for all women, and there are as much feminisms as feminists in this world. That's a phrase I love repeating myself, because it is true. We all work for equity and for gender equity, from the places we are in and from the things we love to do at the moment we are doing it. And I love fashion, I love pageants, I love beauty queens, I love all of this amazing show. And from here, from this special corner on the world, I'm fighting gender violence and I'm making people aware of everything that has been going on in the whole world. Because, you know, feminism is not only about gender equity, it's actually the movement that is looking to raise up all of these segments on society that have been historically marginalized. Not only women, but for example, Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter began with a group of feminists and also with a group of LGBTQ people from that movement. And that's really important to understand because feminism is not only for women, but it's for all to be living in an equal world with equal opportunities and to be always pushing forward into the future. That's something I love, to be always revolutionating the world we live in, to be creative and moving everything. You know, chaos is positive. People tend to look at crisis and chaos as something negative, but it's an opportunity to be able to modify the status quo. And that's something we really need to. And that's something we realized during COVID-19 pandemic.
Revolutionizing pageantry through your example. You know, but it's really interesting to be a woman. Don't you think it's such an interesting time to be a woman right now? And amidst all these issues about unequal pay, sexual harassment, fighting
Yes.
for fighting for equal human rights. So I'm curious to ask, taking off from what you said, how do you see, so where do you see beauty pageants like Miss Universe, a televised contest that glamorizes a woman's physical attributes and poise at the same time, belong on the spectrum of feminism?
You see, Miss Universe has been changing as society moved. That's something I realized by watching the pageant year by year. You know, at the beginning, on the first Miss Universe pageant, we can see a lot of glamour and girls just standing there. But right now, Miss Universe is a platform that is looking for an spokesperson, not a model, not a beauty, not an exclusively beauty face, because you know, and that's something I say and I tell myself every day, we are all beautiful women. Have you seen all of our photographs? We are all beautiful inside and outside. And Miss Universe is looking beyond this glamour, beyond all of these pictures, beyond all of the production. Yes, it is a show, but IMG changed the focus on beauty, because beauty is not only what you see, but what you are capable of, what you are capable on inspiring others. And I think beauty is also the ability to inspire others to be also doing beautiful things for others. So
Yeah.
yes, that's what I see on Miss Universe, and that's the reason why I joined as a feminist and why I joined right now and not before, because now I think it's the moment to revolution.
Yes, because I like what you said, because I feel like most people would always just equate Miss Universe as just a one-time event
Yeah,
that happens every year, but they don't realize probably the hard work all women like you would usually put in before or even after your competition. I mean, for sure, probably after Miss Universe, you will still be continuing your advocacies, right?
of course, because we all queens are working with our hearts. My preparation is not a preparation just for Miss Universe. It's a preparation for life. My career, the way I speak, and all this prep I have on humanitarian issues, humanitarian law, my project, something I struggled to develop 2 years ago, far beyond I even began with this journey. So yes, of course, and it would be an honor for me for people to join my cause.
Wow, great answer. Yes. So,
Thank you,
apart from being
Adam.
feminist, you know, wow, you're so well versed in a lot of world issues right now. So apart from being a feminist, you're also an advocate for ending world hunger, as I've said. So how do you feel that this pandemic seems to be aggravating the whole problem about world hunger?
It was really hard. You know, we had an food crisis. We had a food crisis far beyond the pandemic began. And when this came, not only to Latin America but to the whole world, everyone struggled to get supplied, and all these supply change they broke. And when these supply changes broke, everyone got crazy. Do you remember all of the pictures on people just emptying the supermarket freezers? They put the hand
Yes.
and everything into the chart. But do you imagine what happened with people that were not close to supermarkets or even markets? They were basically
Yeah.
condemned to starve. And that's something I didn't want it to happen, at least in my neighborhood or in my city or in my nation. And that's why I shared urban orchards. That's my project, Huertos Urbanos, with the people around myself and with my neighborhood and then with my whole nation. Because I knew that there was a lot of people that were not going to be able to go to a supermarket, that were not close to any single market, for them to be able to eat, for the lockdown not to be a condemned to starve. And that's why urban orchards grew amazingly amazingly huge during the pandemic and the lockdown, because everyone understood this crisis. But this began far beyond the pandemic, and right now we are looking at it eye to eye. And yes, it is going to get harder, but that's why we have to be cultivating in our houses. And that's why we have to be sharing with our neighborhoods. You know, my specific dynamic is to be creating orchards in public spaces so the whole neighborhood is able to share everything they harvest. And we create a sense of community and communication between neighbors for them to be always helping each other. And that has been an amazing experience, because people around my neighborhood, I mean, some of them didn't even knew they were neighbors. And right now they are really happy. Last week we have a harvest on tomatoes, and they made like tomatoes in a sauce, and they shared with the whole neighborhood. It was beautiful. And I love it. I love it because I created this, but it wasn't just me. It was the earth, and it was the people working hard for this to be happening.
I love your concept, you know.
You
So
see,
that's good. That's
it's
good.
hard.
Yeah.
But maybe you
Yes.
can start. Maybe you can start cultivating at home. You know, you don't need much space.
Yes, we plant our own vegetables at home. We have calamansi, lemons, mango, and even a banana tree.
Oh,
So
that's
yes,
cool. I love
yes,
it.
yes,
You need to share a
yeah,
picture with me.
yeah. Sure, 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 sure. After this interview. So wow, no doubt. So now that we're talking about it, ending world hunger, and how it seems to aggravate this whole problem, this issue, I wonder. Speaking of the pandemic, as we related to your advocacy about ending world hunger, if you were to ask or to give an advice to the president of your country when it comes to handling this pandemic situation, do you think would you be encouraging him to open up the economy so that people will get moving, or do you think we should choose to save lives first in order to contain the problem?
I think it is important to do both, because if we are not open, help is not going to come either ways. And there is no nation in the whole world that has everything to help all of the people. You know, that's something I've learned on my career. Every single nation in the whole world depends on the world. We are not islands. We are not closed islands, and not even an island can get enough supplies for the whole population. So we need to be open, but always with the biosecurity measurements. That's kind of hard for importing and exporting. There needs to be a control on supplies, and there needs to be biosecurity. It is hard talking about frontiers right now. You know, that's a really sensitive issue in Latin America, because, for example, most of Brazil is closed. Bolivia is not close, and we are basically together. Argentina is suffering a lot because of the pandemic too. And I think a lot of nations are still in the restriction, not lockdown, but restrictions. So I think we need to be doing both. We need to be open. We need to open in order to get enough help for all of our people.
Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think
Oh,
together, if we really share our thoughts together in solving this problem, then we'll really beat this pandemic the sooner or earlier than as
we need to
early
be
yet.
putting all of ourselves. We need to be putting all of ourselves. You know, it is not only I heard a lot of people say, no, but the government this, no, but the government this other. You know, it's not only the government's issue. It's us, the ones that are going out without the mask or not using alcohol, and that's what we keep sharing this virus, and that's what we keep expanding all of this contagious chain. It's not just up to the government, it's up to us too. And if we really want to see results, we have to put everything on ourselves to be the ones that actually help to end the pandemic.
True. Let's just wish that the entire world body will be able to come up with a solution
Everything is going to be better.
sooner than
I
later.
know this will be better.
It's even even pageants like Miss Universe have already started adjusting to the world norm. So now you guys have to be tested before and after arrival. Oh my god, and then you all be inside the bubble the whole time you'll be in Miss Universe. There will be no more fan interactions.
Oh, I know.
So I feel like will still be enjoyable to watch, but I trust Miss Universe to be still be able to come up with something. So a
I
few more
know.
minutes left. Oh no, let's a few more minutes to go before we end this interview. So I want to ask you like questions. So just to wrap up this interview. So
Monte!
um you know you know what I just realized you look like Larissa Molina right now in your look. You look
Oh my
like
God!
Larissa
I'm a
Molina in
fan of
2015.
Larissa. She's so beautiful.
Yes, yes. You kind of remind me of her right now with your look and with the way you talk, with that energy that you're emitting to me. Yeah, you seem like, I just hope you'll be styled well come preliminary and finals night. I'm telling you, styling is really key. I told this to Miss Peru the other day. I also had a live chat with her. I hope she'll also be styled well because let's face it, no matter how articulate you are in interviews, you still have to present yourself at your most physical, at your most beautiful in your evening gown
Yes.
and swimsuit. And I'm really praying that you wear the right clothes and the right styling, hair, makeup, shoes, even to make you a standout. In fact, I was so blown away by your picture here last night. I uploaded it.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes,
I,
that
I now I'm
picture.
telling you, you look like yes, because right now I just told you you look like Larissa Molina, but this on this picture you look like Gazini Ganados. I wanna I wanna write it on my caption. I wanted
Gazini!
to write it on my cap. Yes, look with the with the fierceness, with the
Oh my
pout,
God.
with the
Thank you so much. You know, this is a full compliment because I love those women. They are so beautiful and they have done so much. Have you seen all of their profiles? Oh gosh.
Yeah. Yes, this is really beautiful. Like, I mean, if you show up in Miss Universe like this in a pre-pageant or activity or come preliminaries, wow.
I
Wow,
will.
you are
I will.
just
I
the
promise.
first Bolivian woman to make it to the semis after such a long time. Look, styling is just so,
I
yes. And
love
Miss
it.
Gloria also sent another picture. I just can't show it to you because it hasn't been uploaded. But yes, you've been doing wonderful things. So I want to ask you. I would just want to ask you some playful questions before we wrap this up. A few more
Okay.
minutes. So I want to ask. Let's do something like if ever you commit uh, an epic fail in Miss Universe soon. Not that I'm wishing that you that you not that I'm wishing that I want you to experience one, but if ever a pageant girl like you would commit a pageant mishap in Miss Universe, which would you choose and why? A, wardrobe malfunction. B, slipping on stage, tripping on stage, like doing your pasarela, then you tripped.
Ay, come
Or
on.
three, or three, you screw your Q&A and your Q&A will go viral on YouTube and on social
What was
media.
the first one?
Wardrobe malfunction.
Okay. I think I would
Like
pick
something, yeah.
I
So
would pick
let's say wardrobe malfunction.
malfunction. I have my
Yeah.
answer, like wardrobe malfunction. Because if I'm on stage, for example, and my zip starts to open, I can just switch and walk a little bit more fast and go outside and change everything because we have a lot of floating. I mean, we get to Miss Universe with a lot of floating. And I know girls will actually advise me, but if I mess my question and answer, I would die. I would die. And if I ever sleep, you know, I have been modeling for over 7 years and I've never sleep on a
Mm-hmm.
show. I've never. But if I do, you know, even BS angels fall on the stage. You've seen that. Even Victoria's Secret angels fall. So if they can, I'm just going to stand up, smile, and keep on walking. Just clean a little bit and keep walking as the diva I feel I am. Because that's what life is about. Just stand up and smile.
Yes, when you fall, stand up and keep
Yes,
walking. That's what happened. Yeah, because look, I don't know if you watched the preliminaries of Miss Universe last year. I mean, 2 years ago. I mean, remember the stage was very slippery, and candidates like France, Indonesia,
I've
Malaysia,
seen that.
there was another one slipped. But I think there were four girls who slipped, but out of the four, three of them made it to the semifinals. I don't know. So it's a
Yes,
matter of how you bounce back from a
exactly.
failure.
You need to be recovering it with personality, with attitude.
Okay, nice answer. I would also do the same thing. I would also choose stripping on stage. Who knows? It might get me noticed for the right reasons. Right? So okay, last few questions. Fill in the blanks. Bolivian women are the best in blank.
Bolivia's women are the best. And I come on, I think it's everything. We do everything. We cook.
Mm.
We are really nice. We are really nice at doing food. Girls in Bolivia, not only girls, you know, people in Bolivia are great cooking. But girls in Bolivia do everything. We can manage our houses. We work. Most of the girls I know, we work. We are kind. We are hardworking. We are the best on everything. We mad.
Yeah.
We do everything. We are so powerful.
Okay. So Miss Universe is just around the corner, and you seem to be very close with your Miss Universe sisters. So if you were given a chance to, if Miss Universe would like to ask, would give you a chance to choose your own roommate, who would it be?
Oh, that's a hard one. But I think it would be maybe Daniela, Miss Chile,
Chile.
or it would be Miss Australia, Maria. One
Ah.
of them for sure.
Are they your closest in the competition as early as now?
I mean, I have been talking a lot with them, and Maria seems to be really nice, and Daniela is so kind and so beautiful. I would be happy to be with them, but I'm also curious about sharing with someone that I mean, someone culturally super different, such as Miss China, for example. I would love to be in the same room with Miss China or maybe Miss Korea, Miss Japan, Miss Cambodia, Sarita. I love learning. I love learning. So if I have the chance to be with someone, I know I'll be getting the best from her.
Oh, yeah, nice. So can I ask another playful question from that previous question about roommates?
Claro,
So
of course.
I want to ask last few questions. So we're already talking almost an hour. So which would you prefer for a roommate? Um, someone a roommate who will make you competitive every day during the competition, or a roommate who you will end up being friends for life afterwards. Did you
Of
get my
course, friends
question?
for life. You know, of course, friends for life. I don't have to think about that one. The pageant is just going to be 10 days. And even if I get to be Miss Universe, even if I have the honor of becoming Miss Universe, it's only going to be 1 year. But friendships
Yes,
are
yes.
for life.
I want to join that WhatsApp group. Can you include my
Oh, you
name,
should!
my phone number on your WhatsApp group? I want to be part. This is like the only Miss Universe batch that I feel like I'm so emotionally connected with, because I have probably interviewed more than 10 contestants already. So probably once I see you girls on stage, I feel like I'm going to be rooting for you, cheering for you. Oh, I interviewed her. She's so
You'll be
nice.
rooting for us,
So,
and we are
I feel
going to
like I want
be
to be
your top
part of
10.
I want to be part of the WhatsApp group so that I could still talk to you girls even after the competition is over. So yeah.
But yeah, you can write to me whenever you want. I'll be reading you and answering you.
Yes. So last question.
Okay.
Um, last question.
Oh,
Will you be will you be the first Bolivian woman to enter the Miss Universe semifinals for after such a long time and win Miss Universe?
I really hope so. You know, um, Miss Bolivias in general, we've never achieved the top three. We have been on the top five on 1990, I think, with Rosario Ricotoro, and top 10 with Desiree Duran. And I really hope for me to be the first Bolivian to get the Miss Universe crown, but not only because I represent Bolivia, but because I really believe I can do an awesome job representing women.
No doubt. I want to say something, but I'll just probably say it after the competition. I'm telling you, you are really one of the most awaited girls in the competition.
Oh
Just don't
God.
ask me how. So I don't know if that's gonna be, making you more pressure to do well. But there's so many people who are looking, who are really anticipating or really have high hopes for you, not just your countrymen, but the entire pageant fandom. The mere fact that you're granting a lot of interview requests
Thank
says
you
a
so
lot about
much.
everyone's interest about you. I don't know
Thank
if
you
you've
so much.
noticed that. Or
This means a
yeah,
lot to
so
me. Coming from you, Adam, this means a lot to me. And to all of the fans, to Promociones Gloria for this opportunity. Really, this has been an amazing journey. And I know you'll be with me till the end. And I really hope to be able to bring the crown for the first time to Bolivia. But not only to Bolivia, but to the Andean side of the world and to Latin America that has been screaming for this for so long.
Uh, oh, no doubt, no doubt, you are more than ready to capture your country's first ever Miss Universe crown. I really had so much getting to know you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. To Miss Gloria, your national director. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to get to know you in a better light. No doubt. I mean, the you stepping up again, and Bolivia is killing it, is stepping up to the plate right now.
Gosh.
I feel like you're gonna be shattering everyone's hot takes come Miss
Oh
Universe.
gosh.
I swear. I swear that's how I feel right now. There's something about you. There's something about you, to be honest. And I feel
Thank
like
you, Adam.
whoever will be interviewing you up close and personal in the room will also be feeling the same thing. Oh my gosh. No words. Bolivia crowned the right girl for this edition.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Adam. I gotta go. But thank you to all of the fans. Thanks to Promociones Gloria. Thanks to you for this opportunity. And I really hope to be able to meet you. I don't know if you are ever going to come to Bolivia, but if you are more than invited if you want to. And if you are going to Miss Universe, you have to say Bolivia, Bolivia, and I'm gonna run and say, Adam, how are you? But yes, I
Yes,
gotta go because I have a I have a press thingy to do. But thank you so much, Adam. All my love.
Vir- virtual hugs and kisses all the way from Manila, Philippines. By Clarissa Molina.